When some police guy says, you know, they appeared viable, the mainstream media runs that as they were viable bombs. Well, yeah, they appeared on the outside like it could be, but as soon as you peel them apart, they're a joke. So
sure, so just as you said, they're now admitting they're basically dummy bombs. And so this fits into the narrative that all these top Democrats get mailed this to change the narrative. The Democrats now, ladies and gentlemen, have openly come out and blamed Trump for the hoax pipe bombs. And they have come out and blamed me, and I already covered those articles earlier, where they say that I called a Holocaust survivor a Nazi, and that's why this happened. No, he said on 60 Minutes he was a Nazi collaborator. But here they are all blaming us. Someone asked Matt Bracken, before I go to a few calls and get their take on things, about where he sees this situation, because I see them pre-hyping terror attacks and saying Trump's going to cause violence on the press when they're the ones calling for violence. I see this as major league synthetic and an escalation 12 days out. What do you think? You know, we talked 8 hours ago. What do you think now?
Yeah, I think it's a desperation play. Cui bono, who benefits? It's the Democrats. What Trump supporter is going to basically, you know, frag his own team 2 weeks before the election? So just based on who benefits, it's a Democrat play. These bombs are a joke. They're Wile E. Coyote cartoon bombs. In fact, road flares with an alarm clock would look more realistic. It turns out they're not even steel pipes. They're PVC. I haven't heard of any kind of a propellant or combustible material, you know, anything inside, much less an explosive. There's a wire.
Sure, so the Democrats, like you predicted, have sent themselves dummy bombs, and Brian Stelter and others are saying it's Trump's fault and saying that he didn't respond properly. Then they don't show what he actually said. Trump decried it.
Yeah, and there's so much about this from an EOD point of view that points to everybody knowing that these were hoax bombs right off the bat. For example, reporters being given access to them to take close-up pictures, as opposed to, you know, being dealt with as a serious EOD issue. I did see later tonight, or in the middle of a couple hours ago, the one that went to Maxine Waters. It looks like they were pulling it out of a mail truck. And somewhere somebody made a point that irregular objects at the post office don't always get postmarked because it's not easy to get the stamp on them because they're irregular, they're not level. So it is possible that some of these have gone through the mail, but they're not actually created to harm anybody. They're not real devices. Early reports, and this harkens back to, you know, a lot of the way that initial false reports get replayed as real reports. They take a life of their own. When some police guy says, you know, they appeared viable, the mainstream media runs that as they were viable bombs. Well, yeah, they appeared on the outside like it could be, but as soon as you peel them apart, they're a joke.
Sure, so just as you said, they're now admitting they're basically dummy bombs. And so this fits into the narrative that all these top Democrats get mailed this to change the narrative. Where do you expect this to go next?
I think that they're going to the FBI is going to crack this. This plays really into the FBI's strength. FBI, Secret Service, ATF. You know, when you consider how wired post offices are today, and in fact, you know, when you go out of a post office, you're traveling through a web of cameras in your car. There are automatic plate readers. You know, in this day and age, it's pretty hard to do something like this and get away with it. It's not Ted Kaczynski era. You know, post 9/11.
Well, that was my next point. We know that Oklahoma City, from the evidence, was provocateur and protected by the Clintons to get reelected. Massive evidence that being a big, fat, famous false flag. But now they don't have the federal government. They don't have full control. They don't have Trump. And so they keep hyping there's going to be violence against the media. It's going to be Alex Jones's fault. It's going to be the alt-right's fault, which we're not even part of. It's going to be the new right's fault. It's going to be Trump's fault. And then now you get them all mailed this, which makes them the victims, and Brian Stelter and the media jump on it and blame Rush Limbaugh and President Trump and everybody else. And then, like you said, the evidence is they're dummy bombs. I think that's pretty positive, even though it's negative at the first level, that it shows they're scared to pull off something real. But maybe I'm wrong, Matt. What do you think?
I think that there's other ways of cracking this. I've heard that some of these addresses are not publicly available. I mean, you can't get them that easily. If you go and you
so it's more Antifa that's been doxing everybody inside the federal government.
Or exactly, that somebody inside the government. So
see in the database who searched these addresses in the last week.
That's right. And if there's more than one person, that a cell like that means they're going to be communicating with each other. They're going to be traveling and meeting each other. And these days, that means their cars will be picked up by license plate readers, et cetera. So all of this, when the computers crunch all of this information, it's amazing the picture that they can draw pretty quickly. Even the parts of this bomb, the type of it looks like some kind of a clock or watch on the outside. All of these, when they put them together, even if it's like a seeming pretty general, like this came from a Target in this state, and then that came from a Home Depot in that state, they can crunch those, make a big. The computer makes an instant.
They can index an algorithm and come down to just a few dozen people.
That's correct. And then the next thing they're watching the tape at Home Depot and see who bought the stuff, and and then they've got pictures and faces.
I know, I agree. Stunning analysis. A bunch of scared Antifa, seeing that the whole leftist program is falling apart, seeing the narrative Republicans are violent when it's really the left is violent. This is probably low-level idiots trying to save mommy Hillary.
Stress is a natural part of life. Work, family, friends, and everyday accidents can put a lot of strain on the body and your mood. Don't let life weigh you down. Happies is a powerful mood and stress support formula that has your back against life's daily inconveniences. Made with ancient ingredients used for thousands of years, Happies can help you take back the day. With our powerhouse formula, Happies can be an important part of your daily supplement routine. With poor diet and the constant on and off of your work life, it's more important than ever to support your body in the fight against stress. With powerful ingredients combined to help support the mind and body, Happies helps support during stress, promotes overall well-being, and helps support your mood. Don't live your life bogged down. Help your body overcome the effects of daily stress and pressure today with Happies from InfoWarsStore.com.